I was so enlightened by Brother Daniel's explanation of the widow's mite. I thought it was the most wonderful message he's ever preached. I sure hope Huckleberry got as much out of it as I did.
I doubt young Huckleberry heard one word of it.
Well, he must have, sister. He never moved the whole time he was speaking, and I was watching him out of the corner of my eye.
Well, next time, sister, you better watch him with your whole eye. Because if you'd been watching him with your whole eye, you'd have seen he was sound asleep.
Don't be silly, sister.
Silly? I've never been silly in my life. Silly indeed. Where is that boy?
I don't know. Huckleberry, where are you? Where are your shoes?
I took them off.
I'm not talking about your Sunday shoes. I'm talking about your everyday shoes.
But it's Sunday.
That's very observant, but you still need your shoes.
I figured my feet ought to have a day of rest too. They've been crammed into shoes all week long.
Speaking of Sunday, Huckleberry, what did you think of the Brother Daniels' sermon on the prodigal son? How the son found himself in a far-off country living with pigs.
The pigs probably missed him. I had me a pig once, and he would have missed me if I took off.
And the way the father greeted his wayward son.
I don't know. I reckon my pap would be a lame for me if I took off.
And the way the sheriff arrested him.
I reckon he got what he deserved.
See, he wasn't listening to a word Brother Daniel said.
Huckleberry, you must listen to the sermon if you expect to better yourself.
But I did.
You did not, you scallywag. Brother Daniels didn't even preach on the prodigal son this morning.
I reckon he did once, then I just got it mixed up. You hear that? Must be that old egg-stealing raccoon.
Well, I'm afraid he's wiggled his way out of this one.
For the time being, sister. For the time being.
I should have known they was a-laying for me. Never trust anybody who wants to dress you up in citified clothes and send you to church and school. Hey, what's that? It might be my lucky day after all. Hey, Tom!
Hello, Huck. Come see. See these minnows?
Yep, I see them. What about them?
What do you reckon I'm doing with them?
I reckon you're fishing with them. That's generally what you do with minnows.
That's a fact, Huck. But what do you reckon I'm fishing for with these minnows?
I expect you're fishing for fish. That's generally what you fish for.
See, I can't fool you none, Huck Finn. I'm fishing for a special fish.
What makes a fish so special?
It just is.
Fish is fish, Tom.
Some is, some ain't. But I ain't fishing for just any old catfish. I'm fishing for the granddaddy of all catfishes. I saw him break the water yesterday. He just cut and rolled right in front of me, he did. And I bet you he was at least a 5-footer.
That ain't so big.
What do you mean ain't so big? It's too big. for anything you ever caught.
Now, how in the dickens do you know what I caught? I went fishing last week and you wasn't there.
How do I know? I'll tell you how I know, Huck Finn. 'Cause if you had caught anything that big,
You done bragged all over town about it.
I reckon you got me on that one, Tom. But a 5-footer ain't no record-breaking fish. I saw me a 7-footer on the docks before.
That was a river cat, Huck. River cats can grow to be monster sizes. This here is a pond cat. And to top that off, this is a small pond. So I reckon it's the biggest catfish in the smallest pond. Ever.
And how you think you know that? Ain't no way to know that. And I suppose you're about to tell me that there's some book about the biggest catfish in the smallest pond. And I bet you read it too.
They is and I have.
I knew it. I knew you was gonna say something like that. Next you're gonna make up some book name and some guy that wrote it.
Since you're so smart, how about I just let you go borrow the book from the library and you could read it yourself?
I might just do that.
Why don't you then?
I just might. What's the name?
Name of what?
The book.
Why did you holler me out for? To tell me I don't know nothing about fishing?
I was gonna show you what I found in the road.
What did you find?
Found it right there, in the middle of the road. Just sitting there shining in the sunlight.
Let me see. You know what you got here?
I believe I do. I believe it's a ring.
Nope.
Tom, I know what a ring looks like, and that there is a ring.
Nope. It's a reward.
Ain't no reward, it's a ring.
I know it's a ring, Huck, but somebody lost this ring, and we're gonna find out who.
I don't care who. It's my ring now.
How much is it worth?
I don't know.
It ain't worth nothing in your pocket.
I reckon it is.
Nope, not a dime. But if we could find out who lost it and offer to find it for a reward, then it could be worth upwards to about quarter, I reckon.
Why do we need to find it? It's right there.
I know it's right here, Huck, but they don't. That's when we offer to find it for a reward. We pretend we're looking for an hour, and then we pretend we find it.
But I already did find it.
I know that, Huck, but they don't know that. That's why we need to pretend so they give us a reward.
But I like that ring.
This here's a little girl's ring, Huck.
But it's shiny.
It's a girl's ring, Huck. It won't fit that big fat boy finger of yours.
I could wear it on a string around my neck.
Do you know how much candy a quarter will buy?
A lot?
You dang right. I ain't never bought a quarter's worth of candy. I expect we're gonna have to borrow a wheelbarrow just to bring it home. Now, are you gonna wear a girl's ring around your neck, or are you going to feast on pounds and pounds and pounds of candy? Well,
I reckon it ain't that shiny.
that's more like it. Now, come on. Let's go get us some candy money. Hey, Becky, what's the matter?
I lost my ring.
What's it look like?
It's got a pale green stone in it. I got it for my birthday last week, and now I've lost it.
How much reward will you give us if we find it?
I don't have any money, Huck.
Too bad. I probably could have found it for you in no time.
Maybe I could give you 2 cents to help me find it.
2 cents? That thing's worth at least a quarter.
It's worth a lot more than that. But 2 cents is all I got, and I can't ask my daddy for money. He'll be real mad if he found out I lost it.
Well, just wait right here. We'll see if we can find it.
But why?
Never mind, just come on.
Now, what'd you go and tell her that for? If I knew we were only getting 2 cents for it, I suspect I would have just kept it.
It's Becky's ring, Huck. She described it down to the color of the birthstone. Ain't no denying it.
Well, the way I see it is finders keepers, losers weepers.
Huck, Becky's about the nicest girl in the whole town. Ain't she done stuff for us before?
Maybe for you, but she ain't done nothing for me.
I bet if you thought about it real hard, you could think of a time where she done something for you.
Yeah, but not a quarter's worth of something.
That would be a lot of doing. But maybe she hasn't for you, but she sure has for me. And ain't we blood brothers?
You know we are.
And because we blood brothers, does that mean if someone done me wrong, why, you come to my defense just like that? And I do the same for you.
I reckon.
And if someone does something to me, it's just like they did it to you.
I see what you're doing here, Tom Sawyer.
We gotta get the ring back to Becky, Huck. It's the right thing. It's like the preacher was talking about, the widow's mite. She didn't have nothing but 2 cents. 2 cents! And she put it all on the offering plate.
So, me giving up the ring is like putting it in the offering plate?
See, Huck? I knew you see my point.
Tom, I don't see no points, but I reckon you talked to Blue Streak, so I guess we gotta do it.
You'll feel real good about it when you do.
I doubt it, but knowing you, I'm not gonna get a minute's rest till I do. Now, I know what you're thinking. Tom Sawyer's done gone and bamboozled me again, and you ain't far from wrong. On account of it, it ain't the first time Tom Sawyer slick talked me, and I reckon it ain't gonna be the last time neither. But I kind of felt sorry for Becky too, and Tom's right. I ain't sweet on Becky like Tom is, but Becky really is okay for a girl, and it just felt like the right thing to do. I suspect that a quarter's worth of candy would have been a tighter reward. Leastwise, it's a whole lot better than what I got in my pockets now, which is nothing. But I ain't had nothing before I found the ring, and I ain't got nothing now, so I figure I'm even. Now, Becky, she's a different story, 'cause she had something, then she lost it, so then she had nothing. But now because I've come along and found it, she's got something again. Of course, if Tom hadn't jumped in and told Becky that he's the one that found the ring, I suspect she might be beholden a little more to me. But I guess it's all for the good, since Tom's sweet on Becky and everything, and I ain't. Now, the widow Douglas don't know this, and don't you go telling her, but sometimes I hear what the preacher is blabbering about. Once he told about doing to others what you want done to you, and I suspect if I've done lost my birthday present, I would want somebody who found it to give it back. So, I reckon I did the right thing. But quarter's worth of candy sure would have been nice.